Which one of these two all-electric SUVs should you buy? Let's find out. Hi there. In 2022, the Tesla Model Y was the best-selling car in California. Through the first quarter of 23, it was the best-selling car in the world. Why? Because it does it all. The price is right, it looks pretty good, it's great to drive, it goes far on a single charge, it has tons of storage space, and because of over-the-air updates, the longer you own it, the better it gets. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's also one of the greatest success stories in the history of the car that until now had no real competition. Meet our 2023 Motor Trend SUV of the Year, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Like the Model Y, this thing stretches the definition of the word SUV. It's quite obviously some sort of funky hatchback, but the important part is that there's finally a real challenger to the Model Y's throne. As far as the design of the Tesla Model Y goes, and I say this to you as a Californian, I'm sick of seeing them. I'm over it. It's ubiquitous. They're everywhere. They only come in 4 colors. Done. That said, if I could rewind my brain a few years to when I first saw it, I might say something like, well, it's got a very angry, fishy face, kind of like a pissed off carp. And because aerodynamics are so important with EVs, they directly translate to range. I think the rear slopes too much. It looks like a porpoise with a bald spot, if that makes any sense. Now, it looks as if that sloping roof cuts off rear headroom and luggage space. It doesn't. There's plenty of room in this thing. You also might be looking at it right now and saying, hey, what's with the green stickers? Well, Tesla has become such an odd company as of late that they got rid of their communications department. They have no marketing, they have no public relations, they have no press fleet. In order to make this video, we had to rent this thing, and the person who owns it enjoys driving by themselves in the carpool lane. That's what these stickers mean. Make of that what you will. Design-wise, the Ioniq 5 is one of the coolest vehicles on Earth. I still can't really believe Hyundai went ahead and built it. It's also much larger in person than you might assume. I remember when I was looking on my phone, I was like, oh, cool, it looks like a Volkswagen, the Mark I Golf Rabbit, the Lancia Delta Integrale, something small and swift, but as you can see, it is a real mid-size SUV. I'm not original in saying that the Atari 8-bit 80s graphics are super cool. From the headlights to the taillights, the wheels, the strakes that run down this thing, the colors they choose to paint it. It works, it's innovative. Now, why would Hyundai do something so radical? Because design like this can be transformational. You can become a different brand. Before the Ioniq 5, you thought of Hyundai as like the low price alternative to a Honda or Toyota, or worse, just kind of a punchline. Build a car that is this cool looking, and it can elevate the entire brand. Tesla interiors in general, and the Model Y specifically, there's a lot of cost cutting taking place here, because what Tesla's done is everything they can get away with legally, they have removed it as a button and shoved it into the screen. Now, if you're into screens, you're gonna love this thing, because this is one of the best screens in the automotive industry. If you like physical buttons, there's a hazard button right here. That's about it. They got some wood, there's leather-like materials. It's just kind of plain Jane. A lot of people say, oh, it's Scandinavian design, but I think there's more to IKEA furniture than this, and I hate IKEA furniture. Also, very worst of all, planet's getting hotter. It's currently 98 degrees out. That's a giant glass roof above my head. If I wasn't wearing a hat, I'd get a sunburn. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that's the Tesla Model Y interior. I'm inside the Hyundai Ioniq 5, checking out its interior, and this interior is much better than the Tesla's because it's not just a giant screen. There's actually stuff everywhere, and it looks cool. Yeah, the screens aren't as feature-rich, and the graphics aren't as sharp as what you have on the Tesla. However, there's 2 of them, so you get more information. Also, you can update this thing over the air, so maybe the software will get better. But much, much more importantly, physical buttons. Volume knob, on, off, I can tune right here. I got my temperature controls, my fan speed, at my fingertips. I don't have to dig into a screen to do the easy stuff that you do constantly. Good job, Hyundai. Also, most importantly, there's a cover over the giant glass roof. I can take my hat off. I'm not burning. Yay! Very cool. Also cool because, you're going to be charging. You might be sitting in the thing for 30 or 40 minutes. There's relax mode. What's that? You hit a button. Not only does the seat fully recline, but there's a little calf leg rest that pops up. Super cool. Overall, I greatly prefer the Hyundai's interior to that of the Tesla. One of the many things that Tesla will go down in history for is changing people's notion of electric vehicles from being little more than glorified golf carts, a la the Nissan Leaf, to an actual great to drive performance machine. There's many reasons why that's true. The big one is all the weight in these vehicles is underneath your feet, and lowering the center of gravity is a really good thing. Even though this weighs more than a conventional car, the performance is just there. It's inherently great to drive. And this thing has tons of power. It's a regular dual motor, not the performance. It's quick. The steering's great. 3 steering modes: comfort, normal, sport. I'm in comfort. I like it better. They're all pretty good. Grip is great. The brakes are good. The only thing that you can complain about is the ride quality could be better. But you know what? If that's what you have to trade off for this kind of grip, I'll take it. So a number of years ago, Hyundai started hiring up all these former BMW M engineers, and we were like, cool, but the cars still drive like Hyundai. Well, apparently things take time, because now not only do Hyundai drive pretty well, this thing, the Ioniq 5, drives great. It's just surprising how tossable it is on a twisting road like this. And unlike the Tesla Model Y, you can actually turn the traction control off. Lots of grip, likes to rotate, super fun. Who knew? In terms of performance, I prefer driving the Hyundai. This comparison test is close. The bottom line is both of these are fantastic vehicles, and I would happily own either one of them. The tricky part is that for everything that the Tesla does better, the Hyundai does something else better. Here's an incomplete list. This steers better. That rides better. This is quicker in a straight line. That's more fun to drive around corners. This has incredible storage. This has incredible exterior design. This has a quieter interior. This has an actual interior. It really is a dead heat, except for one teeny tiny little thing, and that's that public charging infrastructure in this country sucks. Tesla realized that and did something about it. They built the supercharger network. Hooray! Hyundai realized that, but did nothing. Now, it's true, Hyundai announced that along with General Motors and Honda and 4 other automakers, they're gonna build an alliance. They're gonna put out their own competitive supercharger network next year. And so that's why today, right now, the winner of this comparison test is Tesla Model Y.